U.S. foreign policy is rapidly shifting under President Trump, and some are concerned. Trump's former National Security Advisor, Lieutenant General H.R. McMaster, recently said President Trump was being played by Russian leader Vladimir Putin. Meanwhile, a number of U.S. officials told CBS News that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth issued a directive to U.S. Cyber Command to stop planning against Russia. And the reason behind the pause, just how long it's going to last, all of that is still unclear right now. National Security Institute senior fellow Lester Munson joins us now to discuss the latest changes in American foreign policy. Lester, thank you so much for being with us today. What do you know about that pause in cyber offensive against Russia?
Well, it's been reported that the U.S. Defense Department has indeed paused at least some cyber operations with respect to Russia. This has been rumored for a few days now, and if it's part of a package of steps the administration is taking to incentivize Russia into a ceasefire negotiations in Ukraine, then I think there's some rational basis for all of this. The devil's in the details, of course. These activities are generally classified at a very high level, so I don't think we're ever really going to be able to speak about those details on television or anything. But this is clearly part of a package of carrots and sticks that the Trump administration is rolling out to advance peace negotiations for Ukraine.
But how do you think this would ultimately affect the future of NATO?
This particular step, I don't know. I think overall the question of a peace arrangement in Ukraine is definitely testing some of the traditional assumptions about NATO. One of the assumptions about NATO that we don't really speak about openly very often is that the U.S. basically provides a defense umbrella for most of Europe through NATO. That is now coming into question because President Trump has said, Europe needs to start paying for its own defense. It needs to start providing more of the umbrella, in other words. So is that good or bad for NATO? To be frank, I kind of come down on that's actually good for NATO's side of this question. But a lot of people, good people who are trying to understand this and kind of see where things are going are a little bit worried about it and think it might be coming down on bad for NATO. So there's definitely changes afoot overall in the relationship between the U.S. and Europe, and NATO's going to be tested here as we go forward on peace talks for Ukraine.
Okay. Lester Munson, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.